Hi, I'm Sengzi. So today I'm going to design the COS30043 interface design and development final project. So my project is called Pizza Hut, and this is a pizza ordering website. So in this presentation, I'm going to show you the website along with the codes. Also, I will show you how I hosted the website. So once you open the website, you'll be directed to the home page here. So before you log in, you will not be able to add items to cart. So now let's go to login page. So this is the authentication page. So you can sign in or create an account here. And now let's log in with the new created account. So as you can see, the nav bar is changed. And also now you can add items to cart. You can also go to the products page. So as you can see, here listed out more products and also with nice filters and pagination implemented. So you can directly find the product that you want and add it into the cart. So now the cart will store all the items that you added. So you can select the items that you want to proceed to purchase. And also the updates here, for example, like increase in the quantity, will also real-time updated in the database. For example, this one. So this is the one that we created just now. As you can see, it updates to 3 as well. So yeah, let's select 1 to proceed to purchase. So as you can see, the item is moved from the cart to the my purchase history, and it is removed from the cart. So here you can also update the ordered items. And this is the one that we updated. So you can also delete as well. So let's go to the account page. So here you can also update your personal information by clicking on the step changes. And also you can even change your password here. And by clicking on the sign up button, you'll be navigate back to the authentication page. So that's all for the website. Let's go into the codes. So the framework used to build the website is called Vue.js, Vue in Vue 3 version. And also Bootstrap is used to style the website. So by using the Vue.js, the folder structure will go to only one HTML. So this is the entry point when the website is open. So here it calls out all the components, including the main.js. So I include all the routes in this main.js here. And I put all the components in the components folder. And as you can see, all are in .js format. Also, I include the layouts within one JS instead of splitting it into another HTML. And I include my images and videos under the separate folders. Also, I put my products in the products.json instead of in the database to have a better to have a decreased latency when fetching the product details. Also, here is where I created the database table. So I will just import this SQL file into the database to create those tables. So this is used to create a user table with dummy data insert. Also, this is used to create the order and order items table for the My Purchase History page, and cart items for the cart page. So .php files are mostly for the API calls. For example, the API user.php is mostly for CRUD for the user account. Like you can register using the register API, or you can update the user profile using the API call as well. So from here, the components will need to fetch the API calls here by using the line here. So the same goes to other components as well. And that's all for the Vue.js. So now let's proceed to how I host the website. So firstly, you need to create a GitHub repository and upload all your files here. Then you need to create a new Firebase console. So here I use Firebase hosting to host my front end. So after creating the new console, you need to connect it to the GitHub repo by using the command lines. And also you need to run the command lines called Firebase init in order to initiate the Firebase configurations, like creating the firebase.json and other configuration files into your GitHub repo here. Then you need to run the command line called Firebase deploy. Then your front end will be deployed on the Firebase console. Then the tool that I use to host my backend is Infinity Free. So it is free, and also it supports PHP-MyAdmin. So that's the reason that I chose this tool. So you need to create a new domain. And after you getting the domain credentials, you can use it on your API calls in order to connect your project to project API to the Infinity Free. So to do this, you need to comment out the localhost line and uncomment the line with the Infinity Free credentials. By clicking on the control panel and scroll to PHP-MyAdmin here. So here is where you create your database as well as your database table. Okay. After that, click on the file manager. So as you can see, there is a htdocs like XAMPP. So here is where you upload your api.php files with the uncommented domain credentials and also commented the local host credentials. So same goes to other APIs as well. So until here, the backend is fully deployed. But this is not the end yet, because you can't just directly call the hosted API here from the front end, because due to the CORS, which is the cross-origin resource sharing, which means that you are using two different platforms to deploy your front end, back end, respectively. So if you directly call the APIs from here to the fetch call here, the Infinity Free will block your API request. So to resolve this, I created a Firebase function. In this index.js file here, I put a header to allow the access control. So here it will bypass all the permission requests blocked from the Infinity Free. And from here, it created a new API called Proxy API. So that's the API that I use to replace the domain APIs. So in order to deploy, you need to uncomment this line and also comment the localhost API calls fetch line, and same applies to other files as well. So after doing this, the backend and front end will successfully be connected. And finally, this is the website that I hosted. So that's all from me. Thank you.